Have you ever considered how much of history remains untold, particularly about the Black Indians? Today, we delve into the forgotten narrative of these unique communities, whose stories have been overshadowed by systemic erasure. Our guide on this journey is Chief Gentle, a prominent voice who has shed light on the complexities of this issue. One term he introduces is paper genocide, a powerful phrase that encapsulates the administrative and legal tactics used to redefine identities, serving colonial and national interests. These tactics, employed over centuries, effectively rewrote the identities of indigenous peoples and those of mixed heritage out of existence. This is not just about history books missing a chapter. This is about the marginalization and obscurity of entire communities, their contributions overlooked, their identities rewritten. To fully understand this, we need to delve into the processes that led to this erasure. But before we get into the rest of these explorers and scholars, we want to take a quick second to tell you about our special limited time offer. We are giving away free copies of our newest book, 13 Black Scholars Who Admitted There Were Black People in the Americas Before Columbus. This exclusive offer is our way of saying thank you for your incredible support. Dive deep into history with us and uncover truths that challenge what we've been taught. But hurry, this offer won't last forever. Click the link in the description and grab your free copy. Now, let's get back to the video. Central to the erasure of Black Indians is the imposition of external identities. This process wasn't random or accidental, but a calculated move to redefine who these people were, their heritage, and their position in society. The reclassification of identity for Black Indians played a significant part in this. Censuses, legal documents, and educational systems were all leveraged to enforce a binary understanding of race. These mechanisms, seemingly innocuous and bureaucratic, were the tools of what Chief Gentle calls paper genocide. They served to categorize and classify individuals, imposing identities that didn't reflect the complex realities of their mixed heritage and cultural assimilation. Imagine you're a child of mixed heritage, Indigenous and African, and you're told your identity is one or the other, but never both. This is the kind of dichotomy that was enforced, ignoring the multifaceted nature of individual identities. Over time, this led to generations growing disconnected from their indigenous roots, as they internalized the identities imposed upon them by the dominant culture. This reclassification wasn't just about changing labels, it was about stripping away the rich tapestry of their native heritage, their connections to the land, their ancestral stories, and replacing it with a monolithic identity that served colonial and later national interests. This systemic redefinition of identity, this paper genocide, was a powerful weapon in the erasure of Black Indians. It was a deliberate attempt to rewrite their identities, to marginalize them, and to obscure their presence and contributions. But the erasure didn't stop there. As the identities of Black Indians were reshaped and reclassified, another layer of erasure began to take shape. This wasn't just about who they were on paper, but how they were perceived and represented in society. And as they were stripped of their native heritage, another layer of erasure took shape: the misrepresentation. This misrepresentation further entrenched the narrative that to be Indigenous was to fit a specific racial profile that excluded Blackness, adding another layer to the erasure of Black Indians. How we are seen can shape how we see ourselves. The power of misrepresentation lies in its ability to distort our perception, not only of others, but of ourselves as well. The media and popular culture have long played a role in reinforcing stereotypes that failed to reflect the diversity of Indigenous peoples. The noble savage, the Indian princess. These caricatures did not account for the complex realities of Indigenous communities, particularly those of African descent. This misrepresentation further alienated Black Indians from their African and Native American heritage, creating a chasm between their historical roots and their contemporary identities. They found themselves caught in a narrative that insisted on a specific racial profile to be Indigenous, a profile that excluded Blackness. This exclusion served to entrench the idea that to be Indigenous was to fit into a rigid racial mold. But despite these systemic erasures, Black Indians refused to be forgotten. In the face of erasure, oral traditions stand as a testament to resilience. These deeply rooted practices of storytelling and cultural preservation have acted as the lifeline for the identities of Black Indians. Through spoken tales passed down generations, family histories, and cultural customs, they've held on to their rich heritage, despite systemic attempts to wipe away their existence. It's in these stories and practices that the true essence of identity is found, not in imposed labels but in the lived experiences and shared memory of a community. Self-identification and community recognition play vital roles in challenging the skewed narratives dictated by colonizers. Black Indians have not only survived but thrived, their identities intact within their communities, despite the external pressure to conform. As we continue to explore and honor the untold stories of Black Indians, we contribute to a more nuanced understanding of history. This journey through America's hidden Black past is just beginning. If this glimpse into a world lost to time has captured your imagination, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures into the unknown. Lastly, for more information about the names and subjects mentioned in this video, get your copy of the Amazon best-selling book series, 19 White Men Who Admitted There Were Indigenous Black People in the Americas, and 13 Black Scholars Who Admitted There Were Black People in the Americas Before Columbus, by Chase McGee. Link in the description. Stay curious and keep exploring.